When I was assigned this project, I initially did not know who to choose, but after some rumination, I figured out who I would make a portrait of. Swen Vincke. I chose Sven because he is the creative director of my favorite video game, Divinity Original Sin 2. He is the founder and creative director of Larian Studios, a game development studio that has made several games, their most recent project being Baldur's Gate 3, having released into early access in 2020 and being slated to fully release in 2023. My portrait features Sven as a stand-in for the character normally featured in the Larian Studios logo, and the monster feasting on his brain as the main antagonist of Baldur's Gate 3. For my monochromatic design, I decided to pick a goldish yellow, the main color of Larian Studios' logo. I really like the way the different saturations and brightnesses of yellow contrasted with each other. For complementary, I started by picking red, the main color of their best-selling game, Divinity Original Sin 2. I then picked the color that is complementary to it, green. I then played around with the saturations and brightnesses so they would better contrast each other. For split complementary, I decided to stick with the same red and then go from there, using a seafoam green and a yellowish green to complement. For double complementary, I decided to stray away from my original designs that stuck with the theme of Swen Vincke and his creations. I chose green and purple, two of my favorite colors, and then went with their complements, yellow and green. I love the way the dark green and purple work together to create a richness to the darks of the image. For Analogous, I chose a spread of colors that most closely resembled the colors of the Larian Studios logo to honor Sven. For Triadic, I chose red in honor of Divinity and yellow in honor of Larian Studios. I think the blue balances out the yellow nicely. For my final design, I chose complementary as I thought it was the best design with colors that complemented and contrasted each other very well. I then converted them to Pantones so they would print better. I think the final shirt came along really nicely. I like that the design dares to push the boundaries of where a design might normally end on a shirt, stretching a little bit, maybe even under the arms, and I think the white of the background created for a nice contrast with the brighter colors of the portrait.